Hello guys, in this video we will see Resident Evil Requiem. Complete. Story recap, the timeline explained, well cover everything you need to know. Let's get started. Sip with the genesis of horror, and Raccoon City's fall of content. This initial phase delves into the secretive origins of the Tuverus and the Umbrella Corporation, tracing its inception back to the Otas through the clandestine research of James Marcus and also Spencer. It covers the pivotal Arclay Mansion incident in Juliet, where stars Alpha Team uncovered Umbrella's horrific experiments, leading to the first widespread exposure of bioorganic weapons. Bows the timeline then escalates to the devastating Raccoon City outbreak in September, depicting the city's eventual destruction by a government missile strike to contain the Tuverus, marking a turning point in global bioterrorism and the introduction of iconic heroes like Lynn Kendi and Claire Redfield. Step Umbrella's legacy and the rise of new evils. Content following the obliteration of Raccoon City and the subsequent collapse of the Umbrella Corporation in the Howd. This period explores the power vacuum left behind. The timeline details how Umbrella's insidious research and bows did not disappear, but instead proliferated, falling into the hands of numerous opportunistic terrorist organizations and rival corporations. Key events include Lynn Kendi's mission to rescue Ashley Graham from the loss, Illuminatus cult in rural Spain in Howd, uncovering a new parasite-based threat simultaneously. Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine continued their fight against bioterrorism, witnessing the emergence of powerful new players like Trisolve and the enduring influence of Umbrella's former top researchers, shedding a more complex and global battlefield for bioterror. Step the global counter-bioterrorism and persistent shadows. Content. This phase chronicles the formation and operational history of the Bioterrorism Security Assessment Alliance BISA around Tahaloon, an international organization dedicated to combating the global proliferation of BOWs. It highlights significant large-scale incidents such as the KGU Autonomous Zone outbreak in Africa in 2000, where Chris Redfield faced off against his old nemesis Albert Wesker in a climactic showdown that seemingly ended Wesker's reign of terror. The timeline also covers other major global threats, including the Tall Oaks and Lanching incidents in Thawa, involving the highly virulent Querus and the emergence of new intelligent BOWs. Despite the BISA's efforts, the period underscores the relentless adaptability of bio-threats and the constant struggle to stay ahead of their evolution. Step to the Cato parasite and the Baker family nightmare. Content shifting focus from large-scale global conflicts. This era introduces a new, deeply personal and horrifying freehin with the events in Dulviloasian. The timeline details Ethan Winter's desperate search for his missing wife, Maya, leading him to the dilapidated Baker family plantation, where he encounters the terrifying molded and the grotesque effects of the Cato parasite. This incident represents a significant departure from previous virus-based threats, introducing an organic, fungal bioweapon capable of warping both physical form and mental state. It delves into the origins of Eveline, the progenitor of the mold, and the shadowy organization behind her creation, highlighting a more insidious and domestically contained form of bioterrorism that challenged previous definitions of BOWs and the nature of survival horror. Step the village ancestral bioweapons and lingering consequences. Content. This file segment of the timeline follows Ethan Winters to a remote snow-covered village in Eastern Europe in Auto, tracing the continuing saga of the Cato parasite and its ancient ancestral connections. It details his confrontation with Mother Miranda and her four lords, uncovering the deep-seated origins of the village's unique bioorganic threats and their ties to the very beginnings of the mold research. The narrative reveals Chris Redfield's involvement, now operating under a new mandate as he investigates the connections between past events, Umbrella's enduring legacy, and the evolution of bioweapons. This period emphasizes the cyclical nature of bioterror, the profound personal sacrifices made to contain these threats, and sets the stage for the persistent evolving challenges that continue to plague the Resident Evil universe, ensuring the fight against biological horrors is far from over.